This video is about how to work with Adobe Illustrator. Its most basic functions like opening and creating files, as well as finding panels you need to use. When you open Illustrator, you'll find this splash screen at the front where you can open a recent item if there's a list there, as well as create a new item, a new document from the list on the right. Print documents, web documents, and other forms can be picked from here. We're going to choose print document for now, and we're going to go with a letter size document, 11 by 8.5. We can choose portrait orientation or landscape orientation depending on which way we want to work. We're going to choose landscape this time, and notice that this advanced window may not be open, but if you click here you'll see some of the specifics about what color mode you're going to work with. CMYK is for print and RGB is for screen. CMYK is for cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, and RGB is red, green, and blue. We're going to use print this time, so CMYK is going to work, and lots of resolution is good. About 300 is just perfect. Click OK and we'll have a new document. Now there are other ways to open up a new document, including two ways to open up previously existing Illustrator files would be to go to the File menu and choose Open, find the folder where it is, and double click to open it up. Another way to open up the same file would be to choose the folder where it is, to right click on it and choose Open With, or just choose Open, or double click on the file and it should open up. Finally, if you have a file that's not an Illustrator document, you have to open it from Illustrator by choosing File, Open. And in this case we have some bitmap files that can be opened by Illustrator for other purposes. Here's a Photoshop document, and I click Open, and in this case it was already open, so here it is. And this, however, is a bitmap image, and it can slide around in there. So if you want to lock that, you're going to want to find your Layers panel and lock it and work with other layers. The workspace within Illustrator includes the menu at the top, the options bar just below the menu. On the left you'll find the toolbar or the tool panel, and on the right you'll find a variety of other panels. The panels here may depend upon which workspace you're using, which can be changed at the top using the workspace menu. Every time you click on a different one, it's going to change the contents depending on what you're trying to work with. Okay, so the most easy one to work with for us will be Essentials, which will be collapsed on the right side. To open this, you click on the expand panel, little carrot shaped object there, and that'll open up all the panels. If you want to open up one at a time, just click to open up individual panels. Now these can also be floated into the area and rearranged to put other places. To put that back in its workspace, you can just drag it back over to the place, and again it'll show up again where you need it. If you lose track of one of the panels, just choose Window and reopen it, and there it'll be. So if you ever want to find a panel that's not in your selection, or you lost it or you closed it, just choose the Window menu and that's where you'll find it. Now the Illustrator document also contains some other areas here, including this area that has the box around it is the artboard. Now the artboard is where anything that we're going to put in our document will appear. So right now I'll open up the Layers panel, and if I hide that Go Baylor's text and I create some shapes, I'm just going to randomly create some rectangles, and I'm going to work with the basic red rectangle, Baylor colors, and in a blank layer that's not locked, I'm going to create a shape, and I'm going to create a few copies of this so I can use in my demo. So this copy up here is outside the artboard, and the artboard is contained by this box here. You can have multiple artboards in the same document, but this one contains one artboard, and the other space off there is referred to as the canvas. So this way you can take things that are not ready to be put in your picture yet and put them off and ready to be put in place. So if you want to create your images and create extra copies of things, you can always kind of work with it that way. Now something to remember is if you have your workspace all built up and you've got all your panels opened up and things are getting in the way and it's crowding your work, you can always press the Tab key and you'll be just given your workspace. Also, another keyboard shortcut to use is the space bar. The space bar lets you move your workspace no matter what tool you're using. Using the space bar lets you move within your workspace. Finally, being able to zoom within your workspace is 3 different ways of working. You can choose your zoom setting at the bottom of your workspace, and you can zoom in like crazy as far as 6400%. You can also zoom out by choosing a different percent to work with. Another way to zoom is to use the zoom tool and box drag to create the place that you want to zoom into. So now we've zoomed in quite a ways, and as you can see at the bottom, it's reading at the highest setting of 6,400% zoomed in. Now how do we zoom out? We double click on the hand tool to zoom out. So double clicking the hand tool will let us zoom out, and using the zoom tool will let us move in. Now once you've used one of these tools and you want to go back to the tool you were using, like the move tool, the selection tool, you still have to go back and select that. If you double click the hand to zoom out, you're still going to have the hand selected, so it's just going to move things around. So once you double click to zoom out, remember to go back to the tool that you actually want to use. Finally, another way to zoom in and out is to use Control plus or Control minus, and that'll let you zoom in and zoom out.